Hey, here I am again. Done with my workout. Today was lower body again and feeling great. Even though I dropped my 8 a.m. class, now it is a 12 p.m. class. It's a different one. I tested out of Spanish 1 to Spanish 4, but then Spanish 4 wouldn't fit in my schedule, so I'm taking a popular music and recorded sounds class at 12. But still, I feel like coming to the gym at 6 is better, because then I can have breakfast at 7:30, and now almost every day I'll be done with my morning classes by 11, so I can have lunch at that time. And if I work out at 7 instead of 6, I'll be having breakfast at like 8:30, which is not ideal if I want to have lunch at 11. And so I'm coming at 6. Still, I have some homework to get done today for my 9 a.m. calculus class, and so that's why I finished working out at 6:45, so that I can go to my room, take a shower, have breakfast, and I'll still have some time to work on the things that I need to work on for today. It's almost done. It's just revising and finishing up some exercises, but I have work to do, and it's already quite intense. All the classes with homework and everything. It's only the 4th day of class today, but it's a challenge, and I like challenges.
By the X bar, whatever this measurement is. And then we will have to work out how to assign an uncertainty based on all of those values.
Done with my morning classes, had Calc 1, Physics 1, had lunch, and now I'm headed to my music class. And since I was placed into Spanish 1 to begin with for my Humanities, Social Science and Art class for this quarter, I ended up missing the first 2 music classes, which means that I missed 2 homework assignments, and so I'm having to catch up. The one that was due today, I wasn't even able to finish it because I was doing the previous works. Yesterday I was a bit stressed out about it because we're probably having homework almost every day for this class, and it is reading, summarizing and discussing about the topic of reading. I already can see that it's going to be a lot of work, but I was mainly stressed because I missed 2 classes and now I'm having to catch up, so I'm having to do extra work. So that's why I was mostly stressed yesterday. And I was also stressed because I was like anticipating the work that is still coming in the next classes. Once I stopped thinking about that, about the work that I'll have to do on a daily basis for this music class, I could concentrate on the work that I had to do. And I was very productive yesterday at night, even though I was very tired. I didn't sleep well the night before. I did so many things yesterday. Still, I was able to concentrate on my work and work for like 2 hours to complete the homework assignments that I had missed before. So this is one takeaway out of this, realizing that there are the things you need to work on, and there are the things that will come to you in the future. And don't worry about the things that will come in the future. When it comes time to take care of them, you will eventually take care of them. Focus on what you have to do now, so that you're much less stressed and you can be more present in the things you're doing, even if they're not quote-unquote productive things, just hanging out with friends or family. If you're stressed about the things that are to come in the future, you're not going to enjoy that time as much as if you're focusing on what you have to do in the present and making sure that you are on top of everything, making sure you're organized, you know your deadlines, and you know exactly what you have to do. And the second takeaway out of this is I was working on these homework assignments yesterday. It was quite late at night already for the time that I'm waking up, so I was starting them at like 9 something, and I knew I needed to go to bed because I'm waking up at 5:30 usually, and so the ideal thing would be to sleep at 9:30. But I had to work on those homework assignments because I knew that if I had done it yesterday, I'd be much less stressed today, knowing that I have way less stuff now. And so I was able to complete one long homework assignment that took me an hour and a half, and I ended up going to bed almost at 11 to wake up today at 5:30, which is not ideal, but still I had three options today. I could sleep in, I could wake up at that time 5:30 only to study, or I could wake up at that time to go to the gym and also study, which is what I did. So the thing is, you have to know what your priorities are, and to me the key aspect of this is balancing the things that are important and urgent with the things that are important but non-urgent. So even though I had things to do like homework assignments that had deadlines, I still know that there are some areas of my life that, in order for me to keep a certain standard on them throughout a long term, I need to have habits that I will perform on a constant basis that will lead me to developing on those areas that I value. So, for example, one thing that I completely gave up since I got here at Rose is reading books. I haven't read anything since I've gotten here, and this is because I feel like I have a lot of academic stimulus already from the classes, and I'm also focused on tennis and health, fitness. Those things are taking up quite a lot of time, and I'm also focusing on the social aspect of college because I feel like it's one of the most important ones as well. In college, you gotta have a social life. You gotta interact with the people around you. This is one of the main benefits of coming to college, and so I feel like reading books, although I value that, it's not something I'll focus on right now when I'm having classes, when I have other things to deal with. However, I feel like my health, my fitness, my tennis performance is something that I care enough for me to make sure that I'm spending daily time, or even if not daily, but most days of the week, I'm spending time on those things to improve those areas that I value and that I want to maintain a certain standard over a period of time. Let's go to the music class right now. Done with my classes for today. The physics lab turned out to be way less time consuming than I thought it would be, because it was just the professor explaining what the lab is going to be like instead of we actually doing experiments. I think another important takeaway out of this whole situation is there are always things going on in your mind in background. Like, for example, I knew that I needed to buy a new calculator because I don't have mine here, and I knew that I needed to buy a charger for my shaver because it ran out of battery and I forgot the charger at home in Brazil. And so I knew that I needed to do those things, but I wasn't actually doing them, and they take so much little time that I just ordered them online and they will eventually get here. And so I was able to knock off those things off my head just by doing them so quickly. And there are also other things that are going on in your background mind, such as, for example, the thing I said about reading. So right now I figured out that reading is not my priority now, and so it's not bothering me anymore because I know this is not a priority and it doesn't need to be done. Or you can have other things that you're not accomplishing in your day-to-day life that you feel like you have an obligation to do. And so if you're able to sit down and assess all of those things and decide which ones are a priority, that you will set a time for them to happen whatever happens, and the ones that you can skip and you'll be fine. For example, this vlog, I am committed to doing them, but they're not my priority as well. It's just a hobby, let's say. And so I will schedule the times to film videos and the times to edit videos according to my already existing schedule of classes, homework, tennis, because this is not a priority. This is something that I want to do. This is an extra thing that I want to do. So you have to figure out what is the main priority, the things you're mainly concerned about, the tasks, the homeworks, and the things you need to get done, the things that are on background mode. These ones you have to assess which ones are you can quickly deal with, the ones that you want to eventually get them done, and the ones that you can get rid of so you can focus on what is more important. Right now I have to see the athletic trainer, the athletic director, for some bureaucracy for being able to compete for the tennis team. And so I'll do that now, then I'll have practice, then we'll get dinner, and at night I'll have a meeting with the team in the SRC. I don't know exactly what the meeting is going to be like, but I assume it will be also with the athletic director. And let's see how this goes. Busy day. Good one. Andrew and I here, we just got our sickle cell trait test done, and we're headed to the practice. We're headed to the courts for practice. Hopefully we'll be able to play on our Saturday match, because we need those results done and submitted so we can play. We're hoping it can happen. So these are some of the things I try to use to relieve my stress when I have so many things to do, and to decide what the priorities are and what should be done and what shouldn't be done. And so I hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next one.